Hello, beautiful beings, and welcome to today's Ascension stream. Well, we are in the beginning of end times now, which is so exciting. End times is a time of joy, magic, discovery. Whoops. I've got my YouTube up, so I'm just going to be interacting with those people on YouTube. So if you are on Facebook, click that link in the description and come over to our YouTube stream, subscribe, like this, and say hello. Let us know where you're watching from. We are here to anchor light, and we anchor light by consciously showing up, because this is the journey of spirit consciousness, and really setting that, or putting that attention, setting that intention, to anchor. There is so many things that are being used against us, but now is the time that divine revelation is upon us, where we get to know the truth and how to operate so we can serve ourselves, unify, and be one. So hello, Sarah, Logan, Rainbow Warrior, James. It's awesome to see you guys. Who knows what the hell's going to come out today, but we are talking about how to unlock your spiritual power, connecting with your inner guide. So this is the new program sent to us from God, from Christ, this healing program from the mother, the father, the child, so we can be in resonance with this Trinity, this Holy Spirit, and not the distorted version that is on earth right now. This is the Holy Spirit. And what the okay, so we have some water. Hey Shane, Mel, Dee, Heather, Raluca, yay, we've got an awesome little gang here. 11 people. Hey Jerry. So in our growing up, we have been programmed, and there's so many things outside ourselves, and because we've been operating, I'm just saying the external, operating in this external realm, this realm of matter, we have immersed ourselves in this and created so many attachments to different things and different ways, different teachings. So no matter where you are, there is programming, because this is the realm of separation. And the return of Christ is the return of this sacred wisdom, this knowledge. I'm getting layman's terms, like simple. So the divine wants to share with you this message of truth. And the truth is simple. It's all these programs that get in the way that make things complicated. So from growing up, let me know if you resonate with this. Hey, Susie, let me know if you resonate with this. From growing up, all these different indoctrinations, right? There's so many different indoctrinations out there. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but anyway. Starting with school. School has been set up to program people, okay? Now, I never did well at school, and I wasn't, and I'm blessed. So when I was younger, I used to feel so stupid because all these people were excelling around me, while things, I just couldn't get things, or I couldn't, I used to score terribly in any test. I used to hate tests. Maths, terrible. And so it was very hard for me to be programmed. So if you're watching this, you may have had a similar feeling at school where you weren't able to be programmed. So you weren't excelling like all those other academics out there, and because of that you had a low self-esteem, you had low self-worth, you felt lesser, you felt stupid, you felt dumb, you were shame, you felt shame, fear, that when the tests were coming you would feel fear, you wouldn't like being quizzed, you weren't confident, you didn't like standing up in front of big crowds and speaking, so all these things in this very first set of programming. Now they're bringing up religion. Now religion goes from birth, doesn't it? So beings were born into these religious families, programmed to believe, to be, to exist in one way and not see any other angles of truth, if you know what I mean. Oh, you're watching from Melbourne, James. Awesome. I definitely felt much more clean and pure as a child. Yeah, just continually got more confused. That's exactly how I felt. Exactly how I felt. And you know, that whole children should be seen and not heard thing, that was a common one in my grandmother's house. But at the same time, I learned some really valuable life skills through her house. And there's so many things that happened when I was a child that make sense now, looking back. And everything that's happened, we are so blessed to have all these opportunities for learning to grow us. Now, what we must do to unlock our spiritual power is, number one, be in the now, be open, be aware. And okay, so oh, Marie, sorry, hon. Okay. Okay, so what Spirit is trying to bring up now is the programming received. So from our very birth, we have conditioned to be a certain way, to operate a certain way. And the way that all humanity have been operating is counterproductive, and it goes against their truth. It goes against the source. It goes against God, the true God, and not the false dark lord of the Bible. There are so many beings programmed by that sly little bugger, sly little bugger, you know, and people who are dedicated to that way of being. But I'm not here to serve those beings that are programmed into religion, that are proclaiming to be chosen in the 144 because they have been programmed through these distorted words of God. I'm here to serve those beings that came here for big things. Now, the 144 is a frequency that we tune into by upgrading our DNA through the Christ attunement. And that is what I share. That is what I have initiated beings onto this path. So basically, what I have used, I have transferred this information on to those initiates, and they in turn are able to do what I am able to do to a certain limit to get to this 144, because I've moved way beyond the 144, because I'm the Christ, I'm the one, I'm the infinite. I'm basically a speaker for the one, for the Most High. I've embodied the Holy Spirit, meaning I've embodied the Mother, the Father, and the Child. And in this divine sacred union, on this journey, myself and these 144, we have unlocked this portal. And this is the portal that beings get to move through. And this is a portal of mind. This is a divine portal. And you must be in resonance to move through that portal. So that's why we have, so that's why we have the attunement. not available yet. Humanity have to earn it. We have to earn it. Right now, we need to show up and be in the now moment and start to anchor this knowledge. The knowledge is the light from Christ. So the words that I speak is coming from the divine. So they're bringing up vibration. Okay. So the physical world of matter is an absolute illusion. This is coming to you from pure consciousness, Christ consciousness. There is no distortions. I've had to release all the distortions to be able to relay this message to you. I've had to move into this frequency. I've had to embody this frequency to share it with you. Now, everyone is a part. Like I am a normal person who has just had this perseverance and this divine will, because this is what I've come here for. And if you've come here for big things, you and spirit will you will find us, you will resonate, or at least you will be open. Okay, so this is why it's so important to be open, because you've been programmed. Now, these programs is this matrix. It's this false matrix. Okay, so they're saying false ascension matrix, false light matrix. Yeah, they're just showing me AI. But what we are moving into is the I and the A. They're saying it's a complete reversal. And I'm just seeing construct. So I've had to see how this mental construct has been built. And in my ascension, I've had to unlock every interdimensional doorway, every spectrum band, to learn the lessons in that frequency, to master that, to be able to move up to the next level. Now, the reason I couldn't be programmed at school is because I've come here for big things. Okay, and many of the beings that I meet that are this intellectual consciousness are very arrogant and ego driven, and they love that power play of being smarter than others. Not all people, obviously, but this is just the message coming through from the one, through my experience. There are many gods, many goddesses, many ascended masters who have walked this path. They are an identity who has ascended and plugged into the source to speak for the source, to be one. This is why Jesus, Buddha, all these beings that have done this have a similar message, because what they're doing is they're releasing themselves of what is not them and tuning deeper into their truth. And at the source, guys, you are God. You are a God. You plug into the source. This is why we are thegodsource.com. Thegodsource.com. You are a God. You plug into the source, but at the same time, this is the message from the source for you, pure, undiluted. This is a journey of mind. This is just like a video game. If you want to picture things in a physical sense, you have this avatar, and by you completing the missions, you are leveling up, embodying more spirit. So how to unlock your spiritual power is simply by showing up here, working as one, being open, being aware. There is nowhere else you can get this knowledge, because this is the new way. This is the way through Christ, blessed to us through the power of God. And not the religious God. See, there's so many words that have been tainted. There's so many things that you've been programmed with that have you working against your truth. So another thing that I couldn't stand, word I hated, was God. For most of my life, I was made to go to a Catholic primary school. There was so much contradiction and BS in that religion. It just was really disgusting. And you look at this worldwide religion and how it's been infested with darkness. and depravity, and all those dirty things that go on in that religion specifically. And not so the beings that are worshipping this god, they're worshipping a dark lord. They're worshipping the devil. It's a wolf in sheep's clothing, this God of the Bible. So, and me just saying that could rip someone to their very foundations and question everything that they believe. But for many that are programmed into this, they will totally not hear it, or they will totally ignore it. They will attack. They will attack it. But we have all these lessons here on earth for us to learn from. So this is just a spiritual lesson for all of us. There's a lot of beings that will not be ready to hear this. There's a lot of beings that already know this. So it's not new news. The way in which it's coming through now is coming through from the one. So it's absolute truth. So there is no, I'm just saying error. There is no room for error. This is just truth. You can choose to take this truth and form your own personal, I'm saying puzzle, like put your own personal puzzle together, or you can turn away. But we don't want the weak ones that turn away anyway. We don't want the ignorant, arrogant ones, because they're at a very low evolutionary level. So if you're here and you're watching this, that's a very good sign that you have done this before, okay? So this is all about, okay, so they want me to bring up what I just said then. What did I say? Very low evolutionary. Let me get some water. Okay, so we all hear the old soul thing, but we're all eternal. So there is no such thing as old soul. Everyone's an old soul. Everyone's an eternal. So everyone's the same, right? But this is evolutionary. So there's many beings that have walked this ascension path to a certain limit. There's a blockage somewhere. Hang on, let me have some more water. Let me have a look at the comments. Hey, Ascension Project. Yeah, so there are beings that have come here for this specifically, and they are the 144. That's the 144,000 is partly where this message comes from. So your future self. So the 144,000 individual Christos identities who are working on this. Multidimensional, like, so I'm getting multidimensional, like the way they show me the 144,000 is the flower of life. The flower of life sacred geometry, where every little access point is a core of one of those individual Christos identities. So when I was tuning into this frequency a lot in the personal Christ, they would always show me a sunflower, and they'd show me the seeds, and the sunflower was the symbol for this personal Christ, for this 144,000. So just a sunflower alone illuminates so many things, which is so beautiful. We've got how it's a plant, growth, the seed. When I was a kid, I used to go to my grandmother's house and just plant sunflowers, and every time I go there, like, she'd look after them, and they get bigger and bigger, and then like I'd get there and they're massive, and then all the cockatoos were eating them, and and then I'd take the seeds and we'd dry them out and plant some more. So that is just so beautiful, and in relation to the flower of life, and but also the sacred geometry, and that golden ratio, and how things in matter are through that pattern. Now, the consciousness realm has a slightly different pattern, but I'm not a mathematician. But the way, okay, because we're actually going backwards. So what we have is the first thought to create the physical realm. That thought was what created and began to birth this physical realm. And what we're doing, and where I'm speaking from, is the core of creation. So what I've had to do is I've had to actually rewind and go all the way back to the source. And I have done that through healing, through the guidance of my higher self, God. Because I've continuously shown up and done the work. But this was always meant to be, because I was just born to be this person. And just like you guys are born to be this person, all you have to do is show up for yourself. All you have to do is seek knowledge, seek your truth, and access the self-healing tools, and in time the ascension tools, and you will be able to move into that 144 frequency. And the irony is that the 144,000 are here to rescue those beings that are programmed by these demonic programs and systems of religion. They don't know, but they've been tricked. They don't know that their consciousness has been hijacked, and they have been fixing themselves to something so outdated. Certain religious texts are texts based on someone else's journey, someone's ascension and spiritual evolution, and they came through then to serve, not to get fixed to. Because what happens when you fix yourself to something thousands of years old? You're sticking yourself in the past. So this is where new ways, new earth, new ways, complete new ways. And to be in resonance with the new earth requires healing. It requires a new kind of energy. So I offer this healing, this energy through my Patreon portal. So I'll share that. If anyone wants to come and join us on Patreon, you can start healing right away. You can access the self-healing tools and the frequency, the teachings through the secret live streams. But there has to be an energy exchange. This is the law of one, and law of one means balance, and you must invest in yourself. Whatever you invest, you get back. This is the way of the divine. The divine wants you to see your worth. The divine wants you to be in resonance and be in balance. So to get energy, you must give energy. And this Patreon requires my energy, because I'm healing everyone in there, and everyone in there, they are healing to open themselves up to anchoring this divine light. And in doing so, we're all healing one another. We are operating in pure unity, and we are releasing the separations to ascend. So you will do what you're guided to do. Okay. So the most important thing to do is show up to these free weekly live streams. Show up for yourself. Anchor this light. So, okay. So they want me to go into deeper. They're saying God's on the ground. Okay. That's very true, Shane. We have to be careful not to let ego control our minds. Our minds are powerful. We have to shut them off and think of with our hearts. That's right. This journey of ascension is a constant shedding of the ego. So it isn't like a healing thing where you release your ego. This is something that we must keep working on, because this is a deeper, deeper truth. And as we are working in our ascension, healing deeper and deeper, these spiritual lessons come up. This ego, this devil energy comes up. And it's there for us to learn from. So when I walked through the portal to begin this embodiment process of God, I had to drop the E. That's what they're like, drop the E, move through the D, the ego. So it was weird. It was weird. It was like, there was this doorway, and the doorway is always symbolic of that letter D. That D is that symbol for a door, like a doorway, like a kind of portal. And so there was a particular part of this journey where there was a lot of work that I had to do on ego. But to move through this, I got through, I don't know, I can't really explain it. I can't really, but what they did, I can't really explain it, because it was through the symbolism of letters that I was moving through. It was very strange. So basically I had to drop the E, and the words G-O came up. So it's like, go through that door. It was so freaking weird. But in saying that, there's a lot of ego that I'm still constantly working through, because I'm healing on a cosmic level. And this is this journey of Christ, and where people have it mixed up, where they think that Jesus died for his sins, and Jesus simply, I like Yeshua simply, okay, they're saying Jesus is the fictional version. Okay, Jesus, the fictional version. Okay, Yeshua, Jesus, whatever. He has, well, I have done the exact same thing as him. I've got, okay. What you're seeing here is the continuation of his mission. So this is a multidimensional journey, a journey of spiritual evolution, where he came through in that time and space, the true Yeshua, and what he did truly, not the fiction stuff. He healed himself. He did what he had to do, just like myself, just like you're going to, and he healed. And in this healing, he connected with so many different things to embody them, to become them, to understand the truth of them. He moved out of this galaxy. Like he just kept healing to become more, to embody more, until he moved into this. They're showing me this Ankh body, where he was this cosmic egg, this container of creation, they're saying. So I've done all this sort of stuff. So this is how I can share this truth. So in doing that, for him to keep healing himself, that's how he healed others. how do I explain it? So this is what you guys are doing here. That's why you guys are showing up for this. You are showing up here to receive in some of that healing, and the healing is the knowledge. So okay, so now they're bringing me back to these ancient texts and books and stuff like that, like the Torah, the Book of Enoch, and anyway, they're the only two that they're bringing up right now. So these were books written through personal experiences, through the identity of one who embodied spirit and relayed the message from that time and space, from their particular energetic signature. Okay, what hang on. So what are we were talking about something out here about Yeshua. Okay. So they're just bringing up like these really powerful, profound. So they're bringing up the Essenes, and they're actually bringing up Gnosticism and these angles of truth. So basically, there's so many things in the old world that we can learn from, but we mustn't attach ourselves to those. I'm just seeing knowledge quest. This is a full knowledge quest. So there is no judgment of where people are at, just who they are at the heart. Okay. So beings have shown their true colors to myself, just as beings will show their true colors to you. This is nothing to do with you. This is everything to do with them and their level of consciousness. And the beings that have come here for big things, they will find us. So this is amazing. The fact that you have found me is profound, because there is nothing like this on the planet. There is a whole heap of fake ass people where just driven by ego, just fake, fake, fake. And it's and I know you guys have always had, for so long, we've compared ourselves to others, and we've seen these, and I'm speaking from personal experience, we've seen these spiritual leaders, these teachers, and we've compared ourselves to them. And when I look back now at the people I was comparing myself to, they're trapped in this mental prison. You know, they're talking about 5D, which is incredibly limiting. You know, they're sharing this false light stuff, and you know, they're sharing from these distorted old world systems, and you know, and this is just it, why we have never felt like we fit in. Uh, I never felt like I fit in anywhere. And then I like on this journey through life, this life, you know, I think I'd found, you know, oh, I think I found my thing. I think I found my group. I think I found these people that get me. But because I'm healing, I would go out of resonance with them and something would happen. Either I would just move away, or I would be attacked because of my different way of thinking, because it didn't fit into their box anymore. So part of what I have to do is share my personal experience, to find those beings that are like me, because it's the beings that are of this same soul group that I'm from. Okay, they're just showing me the 144,000 again. And for so long, like I had blocks. I still have blocks bringing up the 144,000 because the people that claim they are, they're not, and they're programmed. And okay, so we're bringing up. Okay, so the divine definitely wants to relay a message about these programs and how the old world ways, we cannot stay fixated on those things. No, can you please just go down, Bob? I don't want you banging around. This is a hard life. Okay, so they're definitely going on about these old world ways and these old world programs. They've just brought up the 144, and a lot of the people, when you will bring up the 144, number one, they'll either say it's a frequency. Yeah, but do you know how that works and whatnot? But I'm not having a dig at those people because it is a frequency. It's the people that are fixed in religion who say that the 144 are from this tribe and that they're all men and are you a virgin and this, that, and the other and rah, rah, rah. Now, you've got to understand, when all that stuff came through, wherever that stuff came through, can someone tell me where that comes from? Is it Revelations? But I don't even know what Revelations is. Who does the Revelations? Was it Moses? I don't freaking know. But it was some Middle Eastern person, right? Some Middle Eastern person. I'm showing my ignorance in this, but this is it. I haven't been able to be programmed into these certain things, so I don't have that knowledge. I just have like I got what I got, and I got exactly what I got to relay this message. Oh, okay. So the Jehovah's Witnesses, 144. And this is the ironic thing, they're not going anywhere. it's they're looking over there while the truth is happening over there, and everyone's healing themselves. They're going to operate this new way to be these containers of Christ, to rise in their ascension, to be one. All these people fixed in religion, they're not going anywhere. Anyway, so we're going back to the Middle Eastern type thing, where if that's even such a term, they're saying the Middle Eastern thing. So this was written back in the day based on someone's perception and their individual journey and where things were at frequency wise on the planet, which was very freaking dense and low. So and it's funny that these old world ways, they've been written and people are still following these old world ways. Some essential oil. Just need an uplift, I think. Yeah, that's very interesting, Shane, and very true. Like, we have been taught to look for external validation, and that's one thing Spirit does not give me. Very, very sparingly. But and this is what builds this resilience within us, and that trust in ourselves, and that trust in God, really. Creation, because Spirit does not want us, because okay, so where are we going with this? Hang on, let me have some. Hey, Don. Hmm. feeling I'm feeling a bit funny. Well, I've just drinking. I've just drunk like a whole heap of water, so I'm feeling it like I'm gonna vomit. Okay. So to unlock your spiritual power, you must be willing to let go of all those old world programs. Because all those old world programs are anchoring you to the dark, they're anchoring you to the Antichrist program. Because everything in this external realm, by you operating, and this fits into the external validation, is the frequency of the Antichrist, this devil energy. Oh, excuse me. It isn't to be feared. It isn't to be feared. The Antichrist isn't to be feared because look, we're here. You guys are you're in it. The Antichrist is a type of energy, and it's a fracturing energy. Yeah, a fracturing energy. So it creates separation. So if we have a think about, open your mind, your awareness, and think about all those things that have been happening the last few years, even just like this month, the different conspiracies happening to distract you. This distraction is this Antichrist energy, this devil energy, which causes consciousness splitting, consciousness just showing fractures. So it scatters your consciousness. By you putting your attention on them and investing in them, you're investing in not knowing. It's funny. It's like in not knowing yourself. It's to distract you from your truth. Um, there's some funny ones that there's some shocking. But what we're seeing here on this planet is the darkness being released. So all these things that are happening externally to us, on a cosmic level, these are just things, frequencies that need to be brought to the light, to be released. So we've been seeing it the last few years, particularly with people awakening to the dark arts. And the reason these things are coming to light is because of Earth, and it is raising in its frequency is, well, it's ascending. Earth is ascending, and you can either choose to move with it, or you can choose to stay fixed in separation and keep suffering without any windfalls. So I'm here to guide beings to the new earth and teach them the ways to heal, to be in resonance so they can move with this new earth and know themselves and know truth, release the deception to gain greater spiritual discernment, spiritual strength. So we've all heard we are spirit having a human experience, or we are spirit in this material realm. Yes, but right now the material outweighs you. This density, this separation, this the energetic blockages within you does not allow spirit to have any, hardly, like your spiritual self is blocked. Your spiritual self, they want me to say, is blocked. So we have these vessels that are clogged with this, they're saying dark matter. Excuse Good morning, Teresa, or good evening. um, so, so what we have here, you are this human vessel. You are fixed into this old world realm of separation. There are many, 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 many things that cause this separation. Toxins, number one. This is why leading a healthy lifestyle is great, but I haven't been able to do that because I have been dealing with the darkness for a long time now. And when the darkness surfaces, well, we can't be too consistent. And my energy has been used in this spiritual realm. I've been running this spiritual marathon for so many years now. And it requires a lot of inner work, sitting on my butt, healing, 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 healing. So I'm doing a lot of stuff in the consciousness realm. Like I'm ripped in the consciousness realm. But anyway, going back to the separation. So this is why it's good to try and be healthy, try and limit certain things. Like I haven't drank alcohol in like a long time now. Last one I had was October. I had an espresso martini. And before that, that was my first one in 6 months, or like before Christmas. So it's just like, oh no, I did have one on Christmas. I had 2 espresso martinis on Christmas Day, or Boxing Day at my friend's house. But I've been slowly getting like not doing that. I used to, when I was younger, I used to do so many bad things because I didn't know who I was. I felt lost. I was a lost soul. And having children was what saved me. And I sort of straightened everything out. And but on this journey, particularly when I started this ascension program, we'll get back to what I was talking about before, but this is coming up for a reason, because it's illuminating how these demons work, this darkness, and my demons had control of me. Like all you guys are packed full of demons. Like this is like separation, demons, these archons at a certain dimensional level. They are a part of this, the building, the construction of this physical realm and the programs in place. And this, through this separation, are like these tunnels that these demons can work through. They've got like, it's so funny. They're showing me like a person who hasn't healed, and it's just this dark, this just this interdimensional portal where demons can just roam freely. So I don't know if there's any people that that do healing. Years and years ago, I was working with emotion code and body code, and I'd release entities and all that sort of stuff. And no matter what I did, there was just this constant thing. On a full moon, there was so many, and there was just so many. I'm like, how can I contain this much darkness? But it's because you have this separation. What they're showing me is, I've never seen this before. So through this separation are like these dark passageways in your vessel. So what they're saying is these things can just pass freely. And if you know what I know, like if you work with emotion code and body code, like you can set an intention, and I can't even remember what I used to use to cast them out. And what I found interesting, some entities would not leave if I just said Jesus's name. And yes, I was using Jesus. I wasn't using Yeshua because I hadn't learnt what I'd learnt back then. And they would just pretty much laugh. This is the energy that I'm getting. They'd just go, Jesus? Yeah, nah. I think I'll just stay here, thanks. And it wasn't until I used God's source creation that they're like, oh, okay, bye. So it was very interesting that, so Jesus's name isn't all that powerful because Jesus, the name of Jesus through religion, is very tainted. It is very, there is so much deception around that the name of Jesus isn't that powerful. Lower level entities, demons, will not bow in the name of Jesus. some may, yeah, some will be like, all right, but Christ is the powerful one. Christ is the powerful one. Bobby's like, you are a Christ. I am. But see, there's still a lot of things that I have to work through. I have to find my groove, and I was using that quite some time ago because they said, like, that's what Spirit was saying. You're Christ. Claim it, claim it, claim it. So I had my Facebook page called the Christ, and my TikTok was called the Christ. But now I've moved into this frequency where it's like the God source. So you're a speaker for the one. So you're the embodiment of God, and you need to be able to explain this in layman's terms, Nadine. And I'm still getting there because I'm still on this journey, and I'm still moving through a whole heap of darkness because I'm healing for the collective. And especially when I get on to do these lives, and I'm tuning in. Yeah, it's okay. So we're really taking some twists and turns in this one. So I've started saying some things, and it's like this. It's like this multi-dimensional Rubik's cube. They've got me on this thing right now because part of my job description is I'm a divine oracle. A divine oracle. They say that's what they called me a couple of months ago. They're like, you're a divine oracle. All right, you're the Christ, but hang on, now you're the divine oracle. But it's like they're teaching me all these hidden depths to myself. So and in time, when we are at a high enough frequency, these things click into place. You know, when you have those epiphanies and those aha moments, and you've gone through all this learning and this particular thing, and you're trying to get it, and then at a certain point it all clicks in, and it's like, oh my God, that's just what I'm doing. So all this is self-taught. All this is just me going within, connecting to my truth, and revealing all those hidden parts of myself. This is the divine revelation, where the divine is revealing itself through this vessel that's done the work. And the vessel that's done this, I'm here to share the way so you can do it too, to a particular point. Because right now they're saying you're here to find the 144. So I just do what Spirit guides me to do. But what were we saying? So the separation. The way that they show me the separation is very interesting, because it is like this dark matrix, and it's like this dark tunnel system. So what I've done is I've released all the separation within my vessel, so the darkness isn't able to go in and get and dwell here. So this is all that's dwelling here is the spirits of Christ, and I've cleared all that dark portal system. So that's very, very interesting. But I'm just digging what I'm seeing, because it's just making things a lot of clarity, particularly when I was using those old-fashioned healing ways. And if you're a light worker, a healer, anything like that, a shadow worker, say hi in the comments. Let us know what you do, what angle you work from in this Antichrist program, because this is the portal of light. I'm the portal here to share with you knowledge, so you can make certain connections. So the knowledge that's shared from the divine, you can take certain parts of it and start to build something of your very own, something so unique to you. So this is me, my mission. I'm a builder. I'm this architect, and I have this healing program to share through my inner circle, through Patreon. I have the Ascension program to share. I have no idea when the hell that will be available. But I've done this by tuning into my truth, uncovering the light within, by pushing through the darkness, through the shadows. Like, the darkness has been there to help me grow. So do not be afraid of your darkness. It is there to guide you, but it guides you in a way that's like, I need to get rid of this symptom. So these dark portal systems throughout your vessel is this separation. So what they're showing me is like a maths book with the cubes, and they're showing me like a little person drawn on this, the grid books, the mathematic grid books. They're showing me that with a little person drawn on it, with all the cubes. So all this separation, and they're saying the portal networks. So all these dark portal networks are within you, and now is the time that you get to identify those and release those. So you can do that in Patreon. There's something else. Okay, so how do you identify and release these? It's easy. You just use your struggles and your symptoms. You use those things that are, those patterns that are coming up in your life that cause you issues, and you work on those. Because our symptoms is the number one way in which spirit, this is how our body's talking to us, through symptoms. So do you have any symptoms? What symptoms do you have? We have been going through, particularly those in my inner circle, have been going through a lot of upgrades right now. And personally, and I know some of those guys have had symptoms, these symptoms are our way of sensing. Okay, so what are we saying? Yes, some water. Okay, so our symptoms are those ways of sense. Okay. I'm confused because they're all right, so we're because there's two sort of groups of symptoms. Okay, so members, this is for you, because I was getting confused because they're showing me two different things, and I'm like, hang on, are we talking about the people in the inner circle and the symptoms we've been having from upgrades, or are we talking about the symptoms that we have, that's our body talking to us, showing us, illuminating to us where the energetic blockages are, where the separation is, where what we need to heal? So there's two sort of different types of symptoms. So personally, so this is up to, we need to learn about our bodies. We need to create that relationship with our body so we know when our body's talking to us. So I knew, okay, so for quite a few days now, I've been having a lot of symptom, but because I know my body, because I know the way that it talks to me, because I know the familiar patterns and things that happen when I'm having energetic upgrades, I know it's due to that. So because I'm having these energetic upgrades, my body is doing a clear out. So because my body is doing a clear out, my lymphatic system is, I'm feeling that, and my immune system also. So yesterday I had a really saw, and I've been working like 14-hour days, probably more than that, healing and coding and clearing. So, but anyway, I knew that this pain in my shoulder was from my thymus, and my thymus is a part of that immune system. So I knew that, and I also had a sore throat. So I asked my body, I'm like, is this something I can heal, or is this just a symptom, of my body releasing? And my body's like, yep, you're just upgrading, so your body's cleaning house, and we're just working out. So you're going to feel this for a little bit. It's nothing that you can actually heal right now yourself, because this is just a process that the body's going through. And you know this because you've been working at this for 6 years. You know how your body works. So, but I still question things and just say, hey, is there something I can do for this or not? Is there something I can do for this or not? So, and but there wasn't, because these were symptoms. Why am I going here? Because it wasn't even here. It's down in my groin. As well. So there's lots of things happening on this masculine and feminine side of the body. Lots of things happening in the circuitry in the body, in the systems in the body, because I'm actually upgrading. This is the time of, in our cycle of being, where we are going through quite intense upgrades, because between the new moon and full moon before, it was all about releasing. So myself, in my collective, we're healing and we're releasing a lot. So when it gets to this side, where we're the full moon to the new moon, we are going through these high intensity upgrades. So these high intensity upgrades, this is when our body is calibrating, when our body is integrating this new energy coming in. And because of this new energy coming in, it's pushing old stuff out. You know what I mean? So the body is getting a workout. So this is what happens in this ascension. And we know what is happening because because the beings in the Patreon are learning to create that relationship with their body. But then, of course, there is the other side of the symptoms, where you have a symptom because it's an energetic blockage that's coming up, and all you need to do is heal for it and release it. So in the Patreon is a healing program. So there's an infinite amount of things that you're healing for. So when you use that power symbol, and when you use the self-healing tools, you're able to release an infinite amount of things. And when I think about the old world ways in which I used to heal, I kind of laugh, because it was so it was just so slow. But we are moving into this new earth, which is like this. We can process like we've never processed before. Like, to plug into that Patreon, you get a whole new power and a whole new set of instruction sets, and we together are learning how to really get the deepest truth from our body. And okay, so this divine instrument, we are tuning our divine instrument. This live is good. I'm really getting a lot of new inspirations and lessons coming through. So thank you guys for showing up and helping anchor this knowledge. So please do make sure you press that like button and share this. Please share this. The more you give, the more you get. This is the law of one. Give and then thou shalt receive, they're saying, right? So please do share this. We need to light up this world, and we need to find those beings that is meant to have this, because we are stronger in numbers. So we need to unify to strengthen one another. So Marie, yeah, she said body aches. So lots of body aches. But that's the thing, like with the healing program, and when you learn to connect to yourself and your truth, and you can say, is this something I can heal or not? Like, and these body aches might just be something that you could clear easily or not. It just depends. Like, this is us learning how to connect with our body, our mind, and spirit. So getting all those things in alignment so we can get that clear channel, that clear message from our higher self, from God. So they just keep showing me emotions and beliefs, toxins, those things that cause this separation. And the demons and the archons, they're much higher level, much, much higher level. Like, there's so many things that beings need to get a handle of before they can start to release those guys. They're just saying falling short. So many beautiful beings are falling short right now because they're not moving with the new earth. They're not healing the way that they need to be healed to be in resonance with the new earth. And because of this, because they don't have the self-healing tools, the capabilities, it's like this, they're saying cesspit, and I don't like that, but it's like they're saying cesspit. It's just like this darkness. It's like this, they're showing me these dark portals as well. So it's like this dark portal, but it's going downwards, like a funnel, like a dark funnel going down. So dissension. So the opposite of ascension. So your frequency is being weighed down with this density because of the separation. And why am I'm feeling all of a sudden. My crown, I'm getting like discomfort in the head and neck region. All right. So the intention behind these live streams that I do every week, I show up every week for you guys. So you can show up every week. So we can all show up every week for one another and anchor this knowledge, this light. Because we all have very unique paths here. So we have to, it's getting very hard all of a sudden, and I'm not quite sure why. And my throat's starting to hurt. Maybe it's time to get off and do some healing again. I've got my On Guard, which is amazing for the immune system, but it also really helps with the sore throat. And this sore throat this is the sore throat that I had yesterday. So my body's going into, yeah, I'm going to have to get off and do some healing now. It feels like acid dripping down my throat. That's what it felt like yesterday. And it's all because my immune system is doing its thing. And I've had a heap of new information come through in this live stream. New ways of seeing things, which is very interesting in relation to this dark portal network. Is this all we get today, Spirit? No, there's still more. Okay, but why are we doing this? Why were the blockages? Hmm. So we need to show up every week to anchor this light. The light is the knowledge, and the knowledge isn't all rainbows and butterflies. Okay, it's truth, and the truth can be triggering. So it's incredibly important just to be open and to um, use this in a way that um, tailor it to you and your needs. So one of the things yesterday they were saying was, and they're just reminding me of it. It's like, are you a starseed? Are you a healer? Are you a light worker? Are you a shadow worker? Um, if you are a healer, what sort of healing things do you do? Are you fixed in one way, or do you have all these different healing things for your tool belt? It was very interesting last night. Something came up in relation to the healer's tool belt, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. So there's lots of different things that I've used to get where I am. So I haven't stuck to one way. As a matter of fact, I fell out of alignment very quickly with the people in emotion code and body code because I didn't fit into their box anymore. So, okay, so now is the time of this great awakening, the beginning of end days, um, where we move out of that box. So one of the things that I shared a few weeks ago was a box cutout, like I wonder if I have it here. I probably don't. Oh yeah, I do. Oh God, my phone is very messy. So that, right? And there's so many people that are still in that box. Now that cross of Yeshua is a symbol, and it is a symbol of incompletedness, but also uh, a symbol of the box. They're saying the red cube matrix that beings are in. And that actually came up this morning when I had my red flannelette shirt on. They kept saying red cube matrix, and they kept saying the box that humanity are in. Now I'm here to share the way out of that. So you get to choose when the time comes if you wish to break free. Because this is so what we have is the Yeshua ascending and becoming one with the Mother, the Father, becoming the Holy Child, and rising to his throne. And they're saying the bride of Christ, like waiting there for his other half, but it's actually the other half of himself, the feminine side of himself, to do the same, to incarnate and do the same. And I did it. And we had our divine sacred union, meaning my masculine, I balanced my masculine and my feminine. Okay. And this is this symbol now of this new earth, right? Scrap that old world box symbol, that symbol of suffering and limitation and enslavement, and basically just the box that people live in, right? They really want us to see how this is just the next evolutionary step, right? You know, So can you guys remember when this divine sacred union thing happened? I can't remember. I'd have to go back and look at all my YouTube videos because I can't remember. And you guys can witness this journey that I've been on by going in descending order, watching all my YouTube videos. Because every week when I show up, I share the frequency that I'm at and where we're at, what I'm going through. So again, this isn't self-taught. This is all happening in the spiritual realm. And, I've had to have an open mind to freaking understand what has been happening. So this is the symbol of this divine sacred union of the feminine and the masculine coming together. And in doing that, in claiming my throne and becoming one with myself, there's so much magic that myself and my collective get access to, and also you guys. But this is where Spirit's saying this isn't about one person sitting on their throne and ruling. This is about leading, and this is just about sharing the way and the truth and guiding others. And sharing the healing program, sharing the ascension keys, sharing the divine blueprint, the attunement, so I can pass this key on to others. So this key is one of the things that I get to pass on to those 144. We already have 9 beings that have, or that are working at this, balancing themselves to be a frequency match, to move through that portal that the mother and the father has created, to have their cosmic rebirth, to be cosmically free. But in this freedom comes great responsibility. Myself and my collective have been learning that, because we're constantly healing to hold space for those beings that haven't made this journey yet. So it's like kind of this journey that so far we have not got any thanks, any external validation, and I have. So, and thank you for those people that have, but this is just coming through from the Spirit, because this is what you guys need to know. It's like this journey, we're not doing it for badges of honor and to be worshipped. We're doing it because this is just what we're meant to do, and we aren't out there looking for external validation, and when we're not wanting to be worshipped, because this isn't the truth of Christ. Jesus never wanted to be worshipped. The truth of God, of the Most High, is we don't worship idols. We don't worship these. The God of the Bible has made himself an idol. He is my lower self. He is the ego. He is the devil. So on this journey with us, you're going to learn the truth, and this is a revelation, but like a revealing of truth. So, and this is why they're saying lifting the veil. So where the truth is going to be spoken. I am a truth teller, and if people don't like it, that's okay. Stay ignorant, keep your head buried in the sand, and keep existing, okay? But we're here for evolution. So you can exist, okay? You can worship something outside yourself and keep interacting the old world way and stay fixed in the past with your head in the sand. going down the gurgler, or you can join us. You can show up for yourself and learn the truth from the Most High, the One, the Cosmic Sun, and learn how to connect with your truth. Learn how to know yourself. Something interesting came through, like the close. Hang on. The other day, I made a quick video because it kept going on in my head, and it wouldn't go until I made a video, and it was like, the more you know about yourself, the closer you come to God. So again, they're showing me Jesus and Buddha holding hands, and the messages that they shared and other masters that they've shared. It's just because they've freed themselves of all the bullshit and tuned into the truth, and they've relayed the message of the One. So I'm here doing the same thing, and I've come here to change the world, and I have the tools, the knowledge, in order to do that. And we're going to do this together. We're going to do this together because I don't know everything. I'm one aspect of the One, and you're another aspect of the One. We have these different missions, these different energetic signatures. So we have something different to bring. But I'm here to help you skyrocket anything that you do. But you need to choose to show up. You need to choose to join the inner circle. You need to choose to arm yourselves with the tools when they are available. But you will do this through Spirit. Spirit will guide you to do it. And they're just saying it's this curiosity, this childlike curiosity, because at the end of the day, this is about the child. You are a child of God. It's this childlike curiosity, that seeking energy, that discovering energy, the journey of growth. So growing from this little baby to this, I'm just seeing a baby in a womb. So I'm seeing the beings that have the key, that have moved through that portal, having their cosmic rebirth. So they're starting out like as this little baby and growing into this spiritual maturity. So Bobby, these are all things for you. So I'm here to fulfill a certain role, and I've done this by asking the questions that you are. So this is, I'm not here to give anyone all the answers. No, God, really? Go, get out, please. No. You know not to come up here. Take the dog and go downstairs. Yeah, so my job isn't to give everyone the answers. No one gave me all the answers. I had to go within and heal to answer these questions for myself. So what they're making, okay, so one of the things that Spirit has been teaching me is that like you guys need to do the work for yourselves. I'm here to guide you, give you the healing tools through the Inner Circle Patreon, and show you how to access that. But I'm not here to answer all these questions, because there was a certain point where I'm like, oh, I'll just show up here and I'm going to answer questions and stuff like that. And Spirit's made that very clear to me over the last few months, that that's not what you're here to do. Like, you're here to share the message that comes through, share the frequency that you're at, and to lead and serve. And it reminds me back to, this is one of the lessons. It's like when I was starting out doing healing, I would do lots of free sessions and people would just use me. Oh yeah, can I have another one of those healing sessions? And they'd love it and all that sort of stuff. And it was like this and a couple of instances like where I was at work and someone would say, oh, I've got a sore shoulder, I've got something wrong, can I have a healing session? And I'd get their pain score, I'd do the healing session, their pain would disappear. And I felt like a one trick, like it was a party trick. Like there was just like, just this very taken advantage of energy because these people never ended up paying for a session when I launched my healing sessions. They were quite happy to use me at the time for what I had to give. And that's the same sort of thing coming up now. So it's not that's it. And at the same time, I don't have to prove myself to anyone. The only person I have to prove myself to is myself. And that's how I've done this journey. That's one of the driving factors. So those beings that are healing with me, that are working with me, you don't have to prove yourself to anyone. Okay? You just have to prove yourself to yourself. And that is that driving force that makes you want to keep going. Because on this journey, these things that you do, and you're like, oh my God, okay. So it gives you that that drive to keep moving forward because of all these little wins. And collectively, the beings that have been working with me for years now, we've experienced that together as a collective. Like we have been having these little wins, like these milestones, and we have an eclipse coming up. So I'm like, what's going to happen after that? So I welcome anyone into this journey with myself, healing, accessing this energy to heal. It is such an exciting journey, and I'm there for those beings. But at the same time, I do what I'm guided through spirit, and we are all working in our individual ways, our unique ways. Oi, I had the dog locked down on the balcony, and so my son's come up, let the dog in, and banging around. Oh, it's so annoying. One day I'm going to manifest an office where I can just like lock myself in there and just like serve and not have any distractions and pulls on my energy. But anyway. So anyway, I'm learning more, a deeper truth from spirit, how I need to operate to do what I have to do. They're saying to lead and serve, to guide and serve. And by healing, you guys get to connect with your inner guide who is going to teach you. So your inner guide is this intuition, strengthening that. And you do that by releasing the separation from your body, healing, so you can tune deeper into that spiritual side of yourself. So you can let that spirit in. Because right now, all the separation, all those dark portals that are in your body, those energetic blockages, they just keep showing me this. It's just amazing. Sorry, it's just something new that they're just showing me. And I just think it's so cool. But so we need to dismantle those things within. And we do that by questioning, by going within. And when I say going within, learning to connect with our body. And in time, I want to create more content in relation to how you can do that. But there's plenty of information out there. Like, I've done it. And I sought knowledge, and I didn't get stuck, and I kept healing. Healing was the key. Healing is the key. Healing is the only key to your self-transformation and growth. Jesus was a healer, in those old world fictional stories. Jesus was a healer. And healing is your birthright. And if you don't learn how to do that, you're going to stay fixed in the old world Antichrist program. Everyone's there except for 9 people. So we have beings that are connecting to the inner circle who are healing to raise their frequency so they can prepare to receive the ascension keys to get the hell out, right? So this is really cool. I love it. So you guys have all these questions coming up. If you are a member and you have questions, put it in your record, okay? Use that symbol. Use the frequency. Clear the darkness. Clear the distortions. Clear the lines in relation to that question, that symptom, that issue. This is how we are collectively ascending and holding space for humanity. We need help. We need help. But at the same time, we need the right beings for this mission. So if you're ready to learn, if you're ready to connect. So what they're showing me is the God seed or the monad. That's the inner circle. You get to come into this Christ container with us and heal, release the things that we're releasing. And oh shit. You guys in the YouTube are outside looking in. They called it the outer rim at one stage, the outer rim, where you guys are getting to receive this knowledge and this light. But if you're ready to heal, join us on Patreon and start the beings that are in the Patreon. They do ask questions, and these questions are answered sometimes. It just depends if it's for the collective growth. So we all have a very unique path here. Questions that are coming up, things that you're looking for answers for, you must seek them out. These questions are coming up for a reason. What I do when I have questions, I heal on them, and then the truth and the reason why I was questioning that is illuminated. And often we have these questions because there is a lot of separation around that question, and spirit is presenting it in a way in a question form. So we, the seeker, can take initiative, because this journey takes action. There's a lot of beings who just don't like taking action. They just want stuff. They just want stuff, but they don't want to have to do anything for it. Well, guess what? That journey, we don't do that. This journey isn't for you. If you want to get stuff, you don't want to do stuff, well, this journey ain't for you. And where you're at, just be grateful for where you're at right now, because this is all part of the growth process. And again, I spoke about it before, where I was comparing myself to a lot of people, and now I look at them and they're these false light teachers. And I was comparing myself to false light teachers, but at the same time, they're doing what they're sharing something valuable, because at a time in space, they had knowledge that served me. So there is no judgment at all. So wherever you're at, it's divine and it's meant to be. There's a lot of people that talk about the Galactic Federation and stuff like that. Oh, it's like, oh. But again, that's another one of those external programs, and no one is coming to save you. Go within and connect to your truth. Stop waiting for some aliens to come and save you, So stop waiting for, fictional Jesus to come and save you, because you are the savior. You must go within, heal yourself to strengthen, to unify, to know yourself. It's the only way. You are amazing. You have so much magic buried inside you. And now we have a solution. We have a solution, so you can start to heal those symptoms and learn from the struggles to actually free space in your body to anchor light, to fill yourself up, so you can ascend. It's the only way it's going to happen. Only way. Start taking some action. Stop just watching all the I don't know what you call them. There's a lot of people that just are fixated on, the solar flares and all that sort of stuff, and they're just like, oh, but they're not taking any action and healing, and they're having all these ascension symptoms. Most of them are just symptoms that they could heal easily themselves, but they're fixed on these old systems, same as New Earth. They're fixed on these New Earth things. They're fixed on these Galactic Federation things, fixed on all these programs. They're going outside themselves, external to themselves, and they're letting they're wasting valuable time. And New Earth is getting away from them, even though they're in these New Earth systems, and they're putting their attention on certain knowledge that preaches New Earth, or the ascension of Earth. They're not actually moving like they could be. They're wasting time. Like, if they truly want to light up and ascend, they will be joining us here. So please do tag people, share this in those spiritual groups, because beings will find this if they're meant for this, and they will join us, and they will anchor light with us, because remember, we are all one. So when we're all showing up consciously and we are all receiving this light, the more that join us, the more light on this planet. So, and then a certain few people will be guided to move through into the inner circle and prepare to receive the blueprint, so they can actually be in resonance with New Earth. And okay, so healing is key, because what we have here is beings that are going to suffer even more and more and more and more. So if you think the ascension symptoms are bad now, what Spirit is saying is the higher Earth ascends, the more dissonance, the more. So, okay, because we are this living organism on Earth, right? As Earth ascends, it raises frequency. So things that are low frequency cannot exist here anymore. So these things are going to want to be released within your vessel, but because of all the separation that blocks the release of these effectively, you're going to suffer a lot of symptom. So what symptoms Spirit's saying is there's going to be a lot of suffering due to this split. And so it's just about getting on board and receiving the upgrades that you need to be able to move as effectively as possible in this. if you know what I mean. So this is why we need to share this, because there is so much suffering in the world. There are so many beings that have come here, for these earth angels that are suffering. And, you know, they've let people walk all over them. They have no confidence, no self-esteem. They feel like they're so misjudged. The world has just turned their back on them, you know, but they shouldn't feel like that. They should be here with us and learning who they truly are, seeing how freaking magical they are. Um, yeah, so anyway, getting such itchy nose now. Thanks for joining us. It was a really twisty turny kind of live stream, but that's because there's so many, like within the collective, there is so much that I have to navigate through to get these answers. And the separation, this is one thing that I'll say in closing. There's people that, because of the knowledge that I share and the frequency that I'm at and the old world beliefs in which they hold, they will say, oh, if you are this, well, then tell me a secret about myself. Well, why would I do that? Why would I descend into the old world to go through all the separation and shit within you to connect to, like, that's crazy talk. Like, that's not what, there's so many false understandings, misleading information about God and how it works. So again that comes into proving myself. I don't need to prove myself, but I'm sure as hell not going to connect with low frequency beings, because when I do, I end up taking on their stuff. So I'm not going to be doing that. That doesn't happen like that. So again, in closing, we need to be super open and be willing to relearn everything, because the actual truth is so much simpler. But long story short, you go within, focus on yourself, put all that attention within. That is what is going to power yourself up. Disconnect from all those old world external programs, the noise. Start to go within and listen to your body. Okay, babe. Start to listen to your body. Create that relationship with your body, and learn what it's saying to you, because it holds all this wisdom. So start seeking, start questioning, start healing. Stop looking out there for validation and, for thanks, because you're not going to get it, right? This journey, I've been battling through the shadows for 6 years, and I'm only just starting to see the light. And those other beings that have been working alongside me, like, we've just done it because it's in us, in us, because we're meant to do it. We haven't done it for validation. And the more you seek validation, the more spirit's not going to want to give it to you, right? When you let go and you just realize that, that's when you will start to see your work paying off. So yeah, there's so many things that we need to work on and heal on and be mindful of. But the number one thing is healing is key. Show up for yourself, go within, start to learn, connect with your body, because in doing that, that's what what's going to connect you to your inner guide. Okay? All right, guys. Love you all. Have an amazing day.